Yankovic!
Howdy.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. You're so polite.
No problem. No problem. So, welcome to San Jose.
Thank you.
Been here before?
I have many times.
I was about to say, yeah, you probably done shows here, I imagine.
Yep.
Well, where haven't you done a show at this point?
Oh, Mongolia.
Okay. All right. Well, let's work on that.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, tell Madonna and Gaga and everybody else to get some tops out there that you can work with. And
Okay.
We'll get you to Mongolia.
Awesome.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you for joining us here this weekend. Hope you're having a great time.
Yeah, having a great time.
Oh, absolutely. And you've done tons of interviews, and I've certainly looked at a few of them. But so I just wanted to.
This will be the best one, though. I'm looking forward to it.
You heard that. You heard that. I special recorded. What I want to do is you've often expressed, and it's such a pivotal part of your comedy sensibilities, your love of Mad Magazine.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah. And you were coming in on those really tight golden years of when it switched over to the magazine format, and Mort Drucker and those guys were really, really, really hitting the thing on that. So, what was your first issue? What was it that when you were flipping through it, was it, wow, this speaks to me, you know?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was, but I was maybe 12, maybe 13 years old when I picked up my first Mad magazine. I think I was coming back from accordion class or something, and a friend of mine, Roman Siri, gave me my first Mad magazine to look through. And yeah, it just, I'd never seen anything quite like that before. The sensibility, the humor, it really spoke to me. And I think there's something that happens in your brain when you're that age, that particular age, where you really appreciate that kind of irreverent humor to the point where I've noticed that a lot of I used to be my biggest fan, but I say the people that responded most forcefully to my humor, are also that age. The going joke is like, your favorite Weird Al album is whichever one came out when you were 12.
Yeah, that's about right. Although I think so. No.
Do the math.
Because I think I'm trying to remember when 3D came out, and I think I was much older. But anyway, but that's just me. I'm an outlier on that. But no, that's
an outlier.
Yeah, there is that age where adolescence and before you get into the Holden Caulfield sort of stage, where it's like you get hit by a lightning bolt of something that just kind of pivots you and gives you a North Star to sort of go through for a while.
Yeah.
And so Matt did that for you, and put you on that. And of course, you've spoken to too about the accordion salesman and that and your folks and all that stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly like in the movie, but that's
yeah.
there was some similarities.
You mean the movie lied?
A little bit.
Now you're gonna tell me the UHF wasn't real? We don't need no Badgers. No, when you first got started in all this stuff, it was a lark, and you were still in college and you're still on that stuff too. When did you realize you kind of hit the point of no return? Where was there like when an album hit or something? We were like, I'm not going back to school.
I think it was about 10 minutes ago when this interview started. I realized no going back. No, I think it's hard to say because I'm going to. It might have been when I went to Capitol Records for the first time, because I was still in college. I was just finishing up getting my degree in architecture, and My Bologna came out, which was literally recorded in a bathroom, again like in the movie. But it was just sort of thing I did as a goof, and Dr. Demento played it, and it got popular on his show, and some people from the NAC heard it, and they helped me get a one-off single deal with Capitol Records. And I just remember, again, I'm still in college, and I drove down to the Capitol Records Tower in Hollywood, and they're introducing me to all the secretaries in the building as their new recording artist. And it was very tongue-in-cheek. I don't think they really thought that I had any career beyond that one single. It was just a goof that they were doing. Ha-ha, isn't this funny?
He's the new Hello Mudda, Hello Fada guy.
Right. Except Alan Sherman had several #1 records, so he was a, but that was back in the '60s though. So I think they knew very well, or at least they thought, okay, this kid is one and done. But I just remember going around the tower and seeing all these gold albums and posters of the Beatles and Frank Sinatra, and like thinking, well, this would be more fun than being an architect. Why don't I do this? So and it took me a few years before I actually got a real record deal. But I think that's what kind of twisted my mind into thinking like, I should give this a shot. This might be fun.
And I think it has been.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Is there any of your parodies that you wish you could hear sung by the original artist?
All of them. Yeah. That's the Super Bowl show. Like all the parodies by the original artists.
No, you're not wrong. Yes. My bucket list is to hear Sting sing "King of Suede."
Yeah. I'm sure he does in the shower, but.
Your live shows, of course, are absolutely superb.
Thank you.
I mean, just the stagecraft, all the hard work you put into the costume changes and the choreography. You are a whirling dervish out there, and it is absolutely a pleasure to see you in action. What's been the craziest moment you've had on stage?
Oh, there have been so many. Gosh, there were a couple times I've fallen off the stage. Once when I was wearing my fat suit, so I was pretty well cushioned, so that wasn't too bad. I had one instance at the Button South in Florida in the '90s, where I sometimes when I play "You Don't Love Me Anymore" with an acoustic guitar, I use it as a prop, and at the end I smash the guitar on stage. And this night, the pieces of the guitar flew off the stage and up into my face. And for the rest of the show, I was bandaged up like Geraldo for the rest of the show.
For whatever it's worth, I lost a tooth at the Button South in a mosh pit.
Oh,
so,
really? No kidding.
So we've
don't go there. It's a dangerous place.
Right, yeah, it's not there anymore. But no, we shed blood in the same mud. Absolutely. Yeah, that would definitely do it. What is there any road that you haven't tried for yet? Is there still at this point? What's the dream project now?
Oh, I've done kind of everything in my life I've ever dreamed of doing, and things that are beyond my wildest dreams. Haven't done a Broadway musical yet. That might be something. Maybe. I actually got to make my Broadway debut earlier this year. They invited me to be one of the producers in Gutenberg the musical, so that was fun to be on stage with Josh Gad and Andrew Rannell, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those kind of things. I don't know that I'll ever actually work on a musical with him, but before Hamilton came out, Lin-Manuel Miranda would come to my house, and we would hang out and think about what could we write together? What kind of thing could we do? And we tossed some ideas around, and one we actually pitched, and nothing became of it. But we
pitch it again.
Well, no, this was already. I mean, it was pitched like when my album literally was #1, and Hamilton had just come out, so we couldn't have been like any buzzier. So I think it just did, But yeah, I don't. Yeah, we're thinking about it. I mean, not necessarily me and Lynn, but we're hopefully at some point in the next 40 or 50 years. We'll do a Weird Al musical.
Who wants to rent a bus and we'll all go to Broadway or L.A. It was just all right. All right, we're doing this way there. One more thing before I go on out and take some of these awesome questions. On behalf of myself and this audience, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you. No, I want to thank you for your. I thank you for your talents. I want to thank you for your professionalism. I want to thank you for all the performances you've done on screen, on stage, and all your body of work. You are undervalued as a musician, first and foremost. You really are. You and your band, your crew, you have worked with those guys, and they're all fantastic. You have given so much entertainment, so many smiles, and so many great memories to me and so many others. Thank you.
You're very sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I have to do something real quick. I have my moderator bucket list here. So all right. We're okay. William Shatner done. Weird Al Yankovic Done. Now just leaves Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor Who. Okay, all right. I've had all the others. All right, let's go down here. All right, I've told everybody all the little guidelines. Like, get some ammunition, remember? You know, if you break the rules, you don't get candy. All right. But since you're first, you could get 2. Okay, hey, what's your name?
I'm Lane from Washington State.
Hey, Rain.
Lane, like fast lane.
Sorry, Lane. I'm a little hard of hearing. Sorry.
It's okay. Thank you for continuing to produce new music in the year of our Lord 2024. Did you ever anticipate how mainstream you would get doing parody and comedy?
No. I mean, obviously, I hoped things would work out for me, but I never thought when I was writing, making songs for Dr. Demento in the bathroom or my bedroom, that it would become a lifelong career. I just was doing what I thought was fun, and it surprised me more than anybody else when it kind of took off. And I'm still amazed every morning when I wake up and I'm still Weird Al. Thank you.
There's your 2. There you go. All right, come on up. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Travis.
What do you have for us, Travis?
Hey, Travis.
This is on behalf of my wife, Melody. What is the story behind Trapped in the Drive-Thru, and how much of it is based on real-life experiences?
It's not 100% accurate, but it's certainly inspired by my relationship with my wife and my relationship with drive-thrus. So yeah, I think we're specifically thinking of the In-N-Out burger on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood.
Oh, thank you. Great one. Hello. Hi, what's your name?
Heather,
Hey, Heather.
are you currently working on any original songs, or do you have plans to?
I am not currently working on. I've got several projects that I'm working on, which I unfortunately can't talk about. Nothing musical right now, but I certainly am planning to be doing more music in the future. But not at this exact moment am I working on something.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Christina.
Hello.
I'd like for you to recount your experiences of voicing Captain Peanut Butter on BoJack Horseman.
Oh, that was so fun. I watched the whole first season of BoJack Horseman. I think on the tour bus, whatever year that was, and I knew Aaron Paul because he played me in the original Funny or Die video for We're the Yankovic Story. And we became friends, and Aaron is one of the producers on that show as well as one of the voice actors. And I just emailed him and said, hey man, I love BoJack Horseman. It's so funny, it's so smart and entertaining, and congratulations. And he said, oh, you should be a voice on the show. And I said, yes, I should. So they put me in the next season. That was great.
Great question. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Robbie.
Hey, Robbie.
Well, at first I was going to ask what was his favorite song he ever sang, but then I realized that's kind of cliche. So my real question is, are you going to do a Disney polka, and if so, which songs are you going to use?
Oh, I don't know that I would specifically do a Disney polka. I did, we don't talk about Bruno in Polkamania, which came out a couple weeks ago. Somebody was saying that was the first Disney song I've done. But that may or may not be true. I don't know. But yeah, I certainly would be open to that. So it's on the table.
Great. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
What has been your favorite voice acting role?
I don't really have one. I mean, I love voice acting. There's so many things. If I had to pick one, I'd probably have to pick Milo Murphy just because that was my only starring role, So that was. But I love them all. I mean, gosh, Gravity Falls and My Little Pony, and there's so many. Thank you for asking, though.
I'm a fan of the meta joke of Darkseid on Titans.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, my name is Jason.
Hey, Jason.
Just got a quick question regarding, I know that a lot of artists are scrutinized for their lyrics and stuff like that, and I can imagine that's probably happened to you. How do you rise above that and continue doing what you're doing?
Even though my lyrics are scrutinized? I don't know. I mean, people come up with their own interpretations of my music. And sometimes they find meanings in my lyric that I did not intend, sometimes for good and sometimes for bad. And I don't really comment on that because I let my music mean whatever it means to various people, and hopefully I get more credit for them than I deserve. But I tend not to micromanage people's interpretations of my music.
Great question. Thank you. Mhm. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Dan.
Hey, Dan.
My question is, two of my favorite songs of yours are the songs where you recap Spider-Man and The Phantom Menace. And I'm wondering what recent movie or franchise that you have not made into a parody song would you most like to?
Oh, I don't know if I had a great idea for one right now, I'd be working on it right now. I remember years ago, oddly enough, I wanted to do a Harry Potter song, but I made the mistake of actually contacting Warner Brothers, uh, and it's so easy to say no, and there's 1,000 people in any large organization that can say no. And they said no, which I think we did Spider-Man right after that, and I made the brilliant decision at that point not to ask them. So, which is why that song was called "Ode to a Superhero," because the lawyer said, "Don't mention Spider-Man in the title, and we can probably get away with it." So,
Is there a franchise you'd like to see tackled?
I would love to see a Weird Al song that covers the MCU.
oh yeah,
No.
that could be a whole concept album.
Hey, what's your name?
My name's Reese.
Hey, Reese.
So, in UHF, what was your favorite sketch to write and your favorite sketch to shoot, and were they different?
Oh man, it was a long writing process. This is like before laptops or anything. I was just sitting in a room for like half a year with my manager who directed the movie, and we wrote the movie together. Gosh, it was all really fun. I'll tell you, and this was fun as well. But the thing that comes to mind is Wheel of Fish, just because it was the stinkiest set I've ever been on in my life. Because I mean, they were real fish. They weren't plastic or fake. They were actual fish. Which a PA went to the Tulsa fish market that morning and bought fish. And I believe the original script said swordfish, but they said, we don't have any swordfish. Do you want red snapper? I'm like, yeah, red snapper. Why not? And so they nailed all these actual fish to this wheel in this closed set with hot, bright lights, where we stayed with a full audience all day long. It was not pleasant.
That'll do it. Yeah, great question. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Brian, and I just want to ask, how did you escape Bill's cipher? And do you have any clues and hints for the website? And can I get a hi for my friend Michael?
Hey, Michael. Yeah, it's it's funny. Alex Hirsch asked me to do that, and he said, "Oh, this is a deep, deep, deep Easter egg. Like nobody's even gonna find this. It's just like do this." I think I did it in my closet, like in 10 seconds. And he said, "Yeah, it'll just be like this Easter egg that like only the hardcore fans are ever gonna find." And meanwhile, like the next day, my whole Twitter feed was like, "Hey, you're in Gravity Falls. How's Bill doing?" So yeah, that was something fun to do, and Alex was great, and I love being a probabilitor on the show, and I don't know if I'm coming back or what, but always happy to do anything with Alex.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Paris, and I have a question on behalf of my mom. She went to Cal Poly, She was a freshman in 1980, and she said that with the freshman welcome package, it came with a 45 of a single of yours.
That's right.
And yeah, so she's just wondering how that came about. Like, did the school approach you? Did you talk to them?
I think they probably approached me. I was working on the campus radio station. I've been doing the Weird Al show on KCPR San Luis Obispo for like 3 years at that point, and I guess they just said, "Oh, this, we'll ask the weirdo to do it." So yeah, it's like a week of welcome record. It's like an orientation thing that they send out to all the new freshmen, saying "Welcome to Cal Poly" and talking about the interesting factoids about the school, and the whole first week for freshmen is just sort of like getting acclimated to everything, and so that was fun. I mean, I think those like little flexi disc records of me are probably going for quite a pretty penny on eBay because there's not a lot of them that exist.
Thank you. Tell your mom we said hi. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Eliza.
Hello.
So I'm an aspiring writer, and as someone with such a unique and, well, weird style, I'm curious, how did you find that style, and how did it evolve?
I don't know. I always blame it on my sick brain. I don't know where it comes from. I can't tell you, like, how to develop a style. You just have to kind of go with your gut and try to find your personal muse and see what works for you. But, just write what you know. Try to, do what seems appropriate for you. It never will work if you try to, write into somebody else's style, except when I do it.
Well, Eliza, good fortune in your writing journey. We look forward to seeing your works.
Thank you.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Carlos.
What you got?
Hey, Carlos.
So you've been very open about who your influences were growing up, but has there been anybody that's been influencing you lately, be it musical artists, movies, or anything in that realm?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, I continue to be a huge pop culture fan, so everything that I see and hear influences me, and that's part of it. Yeah, and my daughter, I'm not as laser focused on the Billboard charts as I used to be. But my daughter's 21 years old now, and whenever we're in the car together, she's got the aux, so she plays DJ in the car, and she turns me on to all sorts of new music and people that I wasn't originally familiar with. And yeah, every album, every TV show, every movie that I see, I have to think influences me in some way, and maybe that'll show up later in my own art, and maybe it won't.
There you go. Great question. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's AC. I met you yesterday, and it was a bucket list item, so
for
thank
me
you
too.
for that. I was dressed as you. My question is, so I'm sure people have asked you, like, what your favorite songs you've done are. My question is, what are some songs you've done that you're just dissatisfied with for whatever reason, and why?
There's, as an artist, like you never really finish anything. You just like abandon it at some point, or like, and certainly after I finish recording something, for the longest time, all I can hear are the mistakes, just the little things here and there I could have done differently. And it's nice to listen to something like 20 or 30 years later, and hopefully you can just appreciate it and go, oh, this was pretty good. Unless there's some like really flagrant mistakes that still bother you after all that time. There are several songs that I wish I could go back and fix. Either there are some words that I used which dated very, very poorly, or there are some just egregious tuning errors, or I didn't sing as well in the early '80s as I did later on in my career. So I don't have the George Lucas impulse to go back and redo everything I did early on. But
we appreciate
the
that.
thought has crossed my mind though.
So I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Alejandro. Were there any fake movie trailers or TV spots for UHF that didn't see the final cut or were left on the cutting room floor?
Like just other versions of the trailer, you mean?
Oh, or like parodies. That
You mean for the movie?
For the movie that didn't make the cut.
Oh, if there were, I'm sure they were in the deleted scenes on the DVD, so I forget if there were or not, but yeah, we threw everything, in the special features package. So there might have been one or two that we cut out, either that were like not funny or too offensive or for whatever reason, but we tried to be pretty efficient when we were shooting, so there wasn't a lot of stuff left over.
There you go. Thank you. Gandhi 2. Hey, what's your name?
Hi there. I'm Alex from Santa Rosa, California.
Hello.
Forget the songs, forget all the cameos in media and stuff.
I forgot it. I've forgotten it already.
Wonderful, awesome. So what comfort food do you enjoy? What's a good kind of fun thing that get you back at home?
You know, I like pizza. In fact, my family went on a little vacation in Italy earlier this year, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to like go through the Yelp reviews and find like the best pizza in Rome. And everywhere we went, we had pizza to the point where my daughter was like, I am never eating pizza again the rest of my life.
Like a great burger from my favorite place in my hometown.
All right, there you go. Right on.
Thanks a lot.
Hi. What's your name?
I'm Katie.
Hey, Katie.
I was just wondering, what's the weirdest song you think you ever wrote?
Oh, well, that's up to you to decide. Just off the top of my head, I'd probably have to say Albuquerque.
Do you have a favorite? Which one do you think is the weirdest one?
I think Albuquerque as well.
Okay. Yeah. All right, there you go. All right, you agree.
That was one of those songs which I didn't intend for it to be like almost 12 minutes long, but I decided to use all of my notes and just like not edit it at all. Just did the whole thing.
I will admit, I'm a fan of Everything You Know Is Wrong.
Oh, thank
and
you.
The bizarrety and
Thank
you know any song that has a Jamie Farr reference is great in my book. Right. Hey, what's your name?
Dave. Well, I wanted to ask if you remember an encounter way back at Cal Poly. I was a computer science major. We had a huge chunk of ice. And I dressed up as Beldar Conehead, went to your place, and delivered it to you saying, crystallized hydrogen dioxide for Weird Al. Just wanted to know if you remember that.
I have a vague memory of it. I'm going to pretend like I remember that because how could I not remember something like that? But thank you for the gift.
Yes, thank you. That boggled the mind. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Emma. And I was wondering, if you could be any Gravity Falls character, what would you be and why?
Oh, well, I'm already Probabilitor, and I'm going to stick with that. He seems like a pretty cool dude. Who would you be?
I would probably have to pick either Mabel or Pacifica.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good choices.
Good choices. All right, great question. Thank you. What's your name?
Alex. Hi, Alex. What you got? If you could be any Hamilton or music theater character, who would you be?
Any music theater character? That opens it up pretty broadly. I don't know. Probably King George and Hamilton. That would be fun.
Yep. That would do it. Thank you. Great one. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Glenn. What you got, Glenn? As a lifelong fan, what can we do to help you not only get the Super Bowl halftime show, but a residency? No, more importantly, a residency at the Sphere, because you would kill it, my friend. You would kill it.
Oh,
kill
my
it.
goodness. How many people have actually been to the Sphere? Have you seen? It's so good. I saw U2 there. It was amazing. But I've seen a video online of Fish and the Grateful Dead. It doesn't matter who you go to see. Even if it's a band you hate, it's so good at the Sphere. It's so amazing. So, yeah, I would obviously love that at some point. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, this is a great cosplay you got going on, by the way. This is a lot going on. What's your name?
Smoofy. What you got? So you wouldn't be Weird Al if we weren't here asking weird questions. I have a nephew, Tony, who is a little too nervous to come up. It would make his con experience if he could hear you say Fortnite Battle Pass.
Fortnite Battle Pass.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. One for you and one for your nephew. There you go. Thank you. That's right. Hi. What's your name?
Lily.
Hello.
So all the good questions have been taken.
I know, right?
So I think I'm just gonna ask you the most Gen Z thing ever.
Okay.
Can you do a fit check?
Can I do what?
A fit check.
A fit check?
Yeah.
I'm such a boomer, I don't know what that is.
I'm Gen X, and I don't know what that is either. So you got to explain it to us.
It's where your clothes are from.
Oh. Where you shop for clothes?
Where I do what?
Where you buy your clothes from?
Oh, where do I buy my clothes?
Yeah.
I don't. They just like I guess my wife buys them for me, and they magically show up in the closet.
I'm thrift stores and Amazon. It's one of the two or the others. So hey, what's your name?
Hello, I'm Tim Brown. I'm the representative from KPFA Radio here at GalaxyCon. Do you know KPFA? Do you know KPFA? Real quick.
Do I what?
KPFA Radio.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, Berkeley. My question is either specifically for this, for GalaxyCon, or for across your entire career, from cosplays of your outfits to like statues, fan art, whatever. What's the most notable fan creation that you've ever gotten?
It's hard to answer in superlatives because I've gotten so many amazing things over the years, and I really can't like pick one thing. It amazes me. I guess I'll just say every Halloween there are thousands of people that dress up like me for Halloween, and I go through social media and I try to like save a bunch of pictures, and I do like a big spread on Instagram or whatever every year. So and like 95% of them are like old school Al with the glasses and the mustache, which is fine. That's kind of the iconic look, but it's that, and I guess I'll give a shout out to all the people that have got Weird Al tattoos, because that also blows my mind. If you yeah, I just recently saw somebody that had their entire back covered with UHF themed images, and if you want to freak yourself out, Google Weird Al back tattoo. It's amazing.
There you have it. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Genesis.
Hello.
Hello. My question was, apart from Madonna like booming in the 80s, one of my favorite songs from you is Like a Surgeon. So I wanted to ask,
Thank you.
What was one of your inspirations to write it about being a doctor specifically?
This part from the movie is semi-true. It was actually an idea that was suggested by Madonna. Not to me directly, but as legend has it, she was talking to a friend of hers in New York one day and just happened to muse out loud, I wonder when Weird Al's going to do Like a Surgeon. And her friend knew a friend of my manager, and it got back to me, and I thought, oh, not a bad idea, Madonna. Maybe I will.
And the rest is history. Thank you. Great question. Hi. What's your name?
Madison. What you got? I have what I hope will be a fun question. I feel like most people in their life have had a moment where they see an animal or a picture of an animal or like something an animal's doing and just feel a strong connection to it. So a spirit animal or something, if you will. Do you have a moment or an animal like in your life that you just related to extremely strongly?
I've got a little poodle that I relate to very strongly. So that's, and I relate to all animals. Whenever I see a cute animal video on Instagram, I always send it to my daughter, and that's kind of like how one of the ways we communicate. We like send each other little stupid animal videos all the time.
Great question. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Kolya currently.
Hello.
So you're obviously a very multi-talented person in a lot of different like directions, and as a musician and as a writer and all that stuff. And stuff like music and drawing, especially art, so much of that requires constant practice to retain like your skills. And I was curious how, with all of the different things you do and all of how busy you must be now that you're, how do you maintain, schedules and practicing and rehearsal and stuff like that?
We mostly practice when we've got like tour dates and things like that. So I'm not constantly practicing. I mean, I'm an okay accordion player, but I don't like practice 8 hours a day, which like if you're like a real professional, it is a muscle that you have to like constantly exercise. So yeah, I'm not annoying my friends and neighbors and family but by playing the accordion all the time. But like, obviously we're in the studio, when we're getting ready to hit the road, then it's like everybody gets together and we practice very much, but it's not all the time.
Great question. Thank you. Oops, sorry. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Jason.
Hello.
Hi. I have been going to your concert since about off the deep end, and I've been watching the Yoda chant evolve into something truly epic. And it's one of my favorite parts of the
Thank
shows.
you.
I was wondering how that came about. Like, where did that come from?
Gosh, I think it started maybe in the early 90s. You probably know better than I do, but it was much smaller. It was just sort of like the Indian part, because I saw somebody do that on stage, and I found the Indian tabla in a book somewhere or something like that. So I wrote that down, and it just started with that. It was fairly small. But it was very odd, and it just kind of came out of nowhere, and it kind of freaked out audiences. And I thought, oh, this is a good thing. And then, like every single tour, we just added a little bit more. So every tour over the last, 20, 30 years, ever long it's been getting longer and stupider, and just it goes on and on. So as the more we do tours, the longer. Maybe someday the whole show will just be the chant. Who knows? Oh, thank you.
Are just about at time, so you have one final question. So I'll tell you what, Harper, why don't you come up on stage and we'll ask it in person.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. So go ahead and come through here. And come on up here.
Hey, Harper.
Everyone say hello to Harper. Hey, Harper. So, Harper, you had a very interesting question, so I wanted you to bring it up too. So go ahead, ask it.
In the movie UHF, do you actually eat a Twinkie Wiener sandwich, like for lunch?
I did, and they were real Twinkie wieners. This was like a year or two before I went vegetarian, so they were actual, Twinkie wieners. And I didn't eat the whole thing, but we did about 6 or 7 takes, so I did get 6 or 7 big bites of Twinkie Wiener sandwich. And for those, I think most of you know what a Twinkie Wiener sandwich is. It's pretty self-evident. But in case you've never tried it, let me just say, it's not as bad as you think. But having said that, it's not good.
Well, there you go. Harper, thank you for that awesome question. Let me take it over here.
Harper.
Hey, Al, before we go, what's on the docket in the future? Anything on the horizon you're allowed to share with us? Any projects? No. Okay. All right. Well, well, Harper, come on down here. Let's get you squared away. Well, let me ask this, Al. Before we go, do you want to take a picture with us and the whole audience?
Yeah, sure.
All righty.